Peace, family. So, the spirit team, the ancestors, the collective consciousness has come through with a powerful message for me to share with all of us about what we need to do this spring season. So I want to make sure that all of us receive these insights and these downloads so that we can have the new year, the real new year that we are all meant to have, okay? So, first of all, if you're in here, let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure that y'all can hear me before I start telling y'all all of these spiritual downloads that I've received, all right? We have just completed all of the spring rebirth readings. And I guess what happened was, since I'm completely done and I was tapped into all of these different people's energies, men, women, young, old, after completing all of the readings, Spirit gave me an over-encompassing message for all of us. Whether you received a reading or not, Spirit gave me the download last night. Yesterday was the last day of all the readings. And like I said, Spirit was just like, okay, here's what you give for the collective, all right? Here's what I need to give for the collective. So last night I had a dream. And in this dream, I was at my old college, right, where I played volleyball at. And I am watching the team play basketball. And the basketball looks terrible. I'm talking about, this is college basketball, but they look like they're just learning. They're just getting started with knowing how to play, right? Like the girls were playing, they're just sloppy, they're falling all over each other, they're traveling. They look like they've never played basketball a day in their lives, but they are on the college team. And as I'm watching this, I'm like looking around, asking people like, am I the only one that finds this weird that these college athletes are playing as if they've never touched the ball before? And no, other people were observing this. Other people were like, okay, yeah, something is off. So I keep going, keep watching the game, and I feel inspired to like stand up and like talk to the people and say, this is unacceptable. For this to be collegiate sport, it should not be looking like this. And what that means is that we've lowered the standard and the quality of college sports, right? And so the dream keeps going, and I end up seeing like a jersey or something with my name on it saying Desiree, this, and that, right? And I was just reminded of the standard that I used to play at. And as I looked at these other girls, almost like following in my footsteps playing, they've lowered the standard. And so the message that Spirit came to me with last night is that we must not settle. As we move into this spring season, we are not settling. We are not lowering our standards. We are not accepting the bare minimum. Wow. Because let me tell y'all, the world around us wants us to accept whatever they're willing to give. This is what I got. Take it or leave it. Spirit is saying is that if it is not up to par, if it is not in alignment with the vision that you have for yourself, if it is not in alignment with who you know you are meant to be and what it is you are meant to experience, Spirit says leave it. Okay? We're no longer settling for less than our ideal version of ourselves. When I received that message, I know that that may feel very light, but how this dream came to me and how intense it felt, Spirit was like, this is not light. This is not like, oh, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Just take the cheaper item. Just go with the thing that is easier to obtain. Just go with the bare minimum. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Spirit said, it is a big deal. And I'm going to tell y'all why. It's a big deal because when you settle, when we settle, when we accept the bare minimum thing, when we accept what we think is what we can have, we are sending a message to our spirit, to our higher selves, and to that desire that we have. We're sending a message that says we don't believe that we are worth what we really want. Oh my God. Honey, we're sending a message that says we don't believe that we are worth and that we can have and that we can obtain what we really want. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. So when we settle, what Spirit was saying is that when we settle, when we lower our standards, okay, when we lower our standards, that means we are still believing in a lie. We're still believing a lie when we settle for the thing that is not in alignment with what we are truly desiring. I'm going to give y'all a real example of this. So y'all know, last month in February, I did a 21-day not juice fast. I did a 21-day raw vegan fast, only eating fruits and vegetables. And that was a very powerful experience for me. I realized a lot about myself. I've grown a lot. It was amazing. But a year prior to me starting that, I started a juice fast that I did not complete for all of these other reasons, right? One of the reasons that I struggled to complete that juice fast was because I did not have the right juicer. Like, if you're going to be going on a juice fast, if you're going to be committing to drinking juice for an extended amount of time, you want to have something that is top notch, something that doesn't take a lot of energy, something that is easy to operate, something that you can just put your fruits and vegetables in there, go on about your business, come back, your juice is ready, right? I didn't have that. Last year I was trying to do this juice fast. Honey, I had to chop everything up, and then the juice it was producing was like minimum, right? It wasn't to the quality that I needed it to be for me to have the success that I desired to have. And that's the message. That's the energy. So this time around, I'm like, okay, I want to start juicing. Like, I want that to be a part of my lifestyle. But in order for me to do that, I know I need a quality juicer. I need a quality juicer because if I have quality, I'm going to be more inspired to use it. Because with the juicer that I was using at first, honey, I was not inspired because it took so much work. It was so exhausting just to get 1 cup of juice. Do we understand? And so this time I was like, okay, I want this quality juicer. I know that it costs a pretty penny, but that's what I want, right? That's what I want. That's what I desire. And so I had put that out into the universe, but then my ego started creeping in. My ego was like, well, there's another juicer that you can get. It's less expensive. It should still get the job done, right? But my standards was at this other juicer, right? And so I said, you know what, Spirit, I'm gonna have faith. I'm just gonna go with it. And so I bought the juicer that was at that high quality level. I bought the juicer that I knew would inspire me to juice. I bought the juicer that I knew would align me with the vision that I have for myself. I didn't settle for what I could buy off of Amazon and it can be at my house tomorrow, but I knew that it wasn't going to provide me with what I really desired. Do we understand? So Spirit is just coming through and saying to all of us, don't settle in this season. Don't settle in this spring season. Go for what it is that we desire. Spend the extra money. Take the extra time. Do whatever it is that we need to do to align with the vision that we have. Because here's what happens. And I'm going to tell you how to not settle. I'm going to tell you how to do it. But when we go for the higher quality, and this is in your relationships, right? Some of you may be in a relationship with a partner and you've been settling for a certain type of behavior, right? Bare minimum behavior. Some of you may be at a job and you're settling for that bare minimum pay when you know you should be probably getting a raise. You know, some of you have been settling with yourself. You got a business. You got fitness goals that you desire to have. But instead of you going and getting that gym membership, you just settling for working out at home. Okay? All right? So this is what Spirit is saying. Spirit is like, we have to choose what we know aligns with the vision we have for ourselves. Choose the vision, choose the desire, choose the goal. When we choose the things, the people, the places, the situations, when we choose the things that align with what we want, when we choose the things that align with our vision, this is us stamping our subconscious mind and saying, I believe I can have that which I desire. I believe, not even I believe, I know. That's the word Spirit gave me. Spirit gave me the word know. I know I am going to choose this better quality person, this better quality gym, this better quality juicer, this better quality routine. I am choosing this because I know I deserve and I am worth that desire. I want y'all to take a moment with me right now and just say that out loud. I know I am worth my dreams and my desires. I know I can have the abundance that I desire. Okay? When we choose not to settle, this is us actually taking action on the belief that I know I can have what I want. And it goes beyond, I know I can have what I want. It really taps into this. This is the deeper concept. It really goes into, I know I can be who I've been called to be. I know I can be who I've been called to be. I know I can be who I was made to be. I know that I am all that I was designed to be. I know that I have all that I was meant to have. So we go beyond the physical into the spiritual and the alchemical of who we are. When we choose the higher quality, when we choose the better standards, this is us saying, I know, I am, I do, I have whatever that vision your higher self has given you. Okay? Are we picking up what I'm putting down? Listen, it be the simplest things that has the most profound transformation on our beings and on our lives. So listen, I'm encouraging y'all, and I'm still going to tell y'all 2 things that I want you to do. But I am encouraging y'all in this spring season to don't settle. You may go to a restaurant, right? You open up the menu, you looking at all the food that they have, and there's something on the menu that you really want. But maybe it's a little bit more expensive than you wanted to pay, right? Maybe it's a little bit more than you desire to spend. Don't choose the cheaper food item, because that would be reinforcing the idea that you can't have what you want and that you can't be who you were called to be. Get what you really want. And I know we have been programmed with this idea, because I know in my childhood, y'all, honey, you go into a store, right? You go into a store, you want something, but you overheard your mom saying, oh, I got to make this work, or oh, I don't know if I'm going to have enough. And so instead of you getting that shoes that you really wanted, you settle for the one that's a little bit cheaper. Have y'all ever had that experience? I know I have. I've had that experience. And that's a program. And sometimes we unconsciously continue to operate in that program of lack, and we settle in love, we settle in business or in employment where you work at, you settle in the food that you eat, you settle even if you drink alcohol. Instead of buying that higher quality alcohol that's not going to make you have that hangover, you settle. And Spirit is like, not in this season. No matter what your bank account looks like, no matter what your relationship status look like, none of that stuff matters. What matters is us choosing the desires of our heart. Because when we choose the desire of our heart, there's a law of correspondence that happens, as within, so without, as above, so below. So me choosing the higher quality juicer is me choosing the higher quality version of myself. It's me choosing the better reality for myself. When we settle, we are choosing the lesser of our own existence. Okay? So, 3 things. Affirm to yourself every day. I know that I can be, do, and have that which I desire. That's number 1. Number 2, love yourself. Because when we love ourselves, we don't settle for less. Because when we love ourselves, we know what it is we deserve, what it is we desire, and what it is we are worth. That comes through self-love. Self-love is saying, I know that this is not the best that I can have. I know that there's greater, and therefore I'm going to go for that greater. Number 3, act on it. This stuff that I'm telling you right now is not theory. It is fact. It makes the difference. And so you must act on it. You must walk the path. Because your action is the conviction in your spirit that says it is done. Your action is the proof to your higher self that it is done. You are who you say you are. You are the vision that has been revealed to you. Your action says yes. Your action is your ashe. Oh my God. I know y'all have probably never heard of that before. Your action is your ashe. Ashe means yes. Ashe means agreement. Ashe is like amen. Your action is your ashe. Okay? So you got to know. Okay, butterfly. Thank you. You got to know. You got to love yourself. You got to act on it. Okay? Very simple message I wanted to give to y'all that Spirit gave to me. Had to share with y'all. Came through in the dream last night. And I feel like this is a key aspect in manifesting the rebirth, renewed, greater version of yourselves. All right? Just want to give y'all that really quickly. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Get outside. Enjoy some sun. And I'll be seeing y'all soon. Peace and love.